Looks good.
Okay, let me turn on my video as well. Hi. Okay, coming through all good video, audio
Yep.
sharing.
Take it
Okay,
away.
yeah, so I am Sylvia, the DAOS Validation and Release Manager from HPE, and today I'll be talking DAOS CI Overview. Just to give the audience here an idea of the topics I'm covering, I'll first be talking about the CI configuration and then the test pipeline when someone pushes a Git commit, and on interpreting the test results. All right, let's go straight into CI configuration. So when someone pushes a Git commit, when you go to GitHub, you will see at the top of GitHub 4 checkboxes for the author that you need to complete before requesting gatekeeping. The 3 things that I would like to talk about here is first of all, the commit message guideline. You will be there is a link that you can go to, and when you go to it, it gives a very detailed description of the guidelines that you need to follow. But I think the more important one that I want to bring forth here is that the commit message, it does require a valid DAOS Jira ticket reference today. So in order for you to push a Git commit, you do need to create a Jira ticket, get that reference, and have it as part of your commit message. And then the next one talks about the feature or test tag. That is a very comprehensive page. I won't be sharing it today. It probably deserves 15, 20 minutes by itself into the details on how the test tag and feature is used. But what I do want to mention that it is typically left as a default so that your PR will run the complete test list that is defined and required for PR testing. But if you do go to that page, you will know that it could be used to reduce scope for quick targeted testing for faster turnaround. And on the contrary, you may also need to increase the test coverage. Say, for example, if you're making code changes in a very specific component area and you want more coverage in addition to what is already run for the PR test list. And then the third one, it goes into the functional test stages. This one controls more of the hardware's test stages. For example, if you're making changes in the NVMe SSD space, you may want to trigger additional test stages to get extra coverage in that case. But typically you would want to leave it as default to run the complete test stages defined for the PR. Any question on this page before I move on? Okay, the test pipeline for the Git commit, when you push a Git commit, there are 2 types of tests that get triggered, the GHA test and the Jenkins test. For example of GHA test that is visible to you in GitHub, and the test status and logs are visible from GitHub as well. For the Jenkins test, this one, it is visible in GitHub, but only at a high level in a sense of you get the status, but you won't be able to get to the logs. It does require special privilege. And I think this was mentioned in one of the slides in Johan's presentation, and maybe Jeff Oliver mentioned it as well in his presentation. So we'll just give you a quick peek into what it looks like in Blue Ocean and Jenkins. But again, you do need special privilege for access to this view. It looks like this. The final status of Jenkins tests are visible from GitHub, but you can look for the following check mark indication of Jenkins test completion and status. Look for this that points to the PR head. Even more so important today because we are recently moving our lab infrastructure from Rio Rancho to Fort Collins. We are still in the process of getting the full automation enabled. Today, if you push a Git commit, I don't think the automation of the results getting back to GitHub is fully enabled. So you won't be seeing green check marks here as the stages are run and passing. So it's important that you do look for this check mark here for the PR head as an indication of completion. Okay, and the required button that you see on the far right of each of these stages, they indicate that the test stage, all category that must be run and passing for the PR to be landed. So again, the detailed progress and logs are visible from Jenkins, but you do need special privilege for access. So to get the logs for Jenkins failures, please do reach out to the DAOS team members in DAOS Slack dev channel listed down here. And to give you an failure example that you may see if it does run into failure, for example, the one with the Jenkins symbol here, those are the Jenkins stages, and you can ping the DAOS team in the Slack channel to help get some logs. And for GHA, the console output and log should be available to you directly in GitHub. Any question?
All right. Thank you, Sylvia. Questions for Sylvia? This is your chance to get a question or comment on the CI. Okay. I guess everyone loves the CI, Sylvia. No improvements needed. All right. Thank you, Sylvia.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be up next, presenting a small update. Sylvia, if you could drop your share.